Hey, this is Anthony Bowe with the Shop Magazine. I'm here in the Motovicity distribution booth at the PRI show. This video is brought to you by HP Tuners. Check out their website at the bottom of your screen. Today I am with James Wee of ACG Automotive. How's it going, James?
It's good. It's my first time at PRI, so it's kind of interesting to check everything out. It's not, weather's a little bit different than what we're used to in San Diego, but I'm having a blast.
Dang, I didn't realize this is your first year. So before we get into that and what you're doing here, tell us a little bit about ACG Automotive.
So ACG Automotive is based in San Diego, California. We specialize in European exotics and Nissan GTRs. Our shop right now, primary focus has really been the GTR market. Mm-hmm. You know, we've been pretty strong in that market in California since 2009. So we did one of the first, AMS Alpha 9 turbo kits, 10s, 12s. I think we did the first or second Schweitzer P800 on the West Coast, and that's kind of helped us get a real good entry into the GTR market, and then it's just been rolling since then. That's
great. So back to PRI, what are you looking to accomplish this week?
I didn't go to SEMA this year. I go to SEMA probably every other year. Vegas is awesome, but sometimes you gotta give yourself a little break. So I'm just see a lot of my vendors that I didn't get to see this year at SEMA, see if there's anything new, any new products. What I like so far about PRI, it's a lot less commercial, and so these are all industry folks that are here versus people that have friends that can get them a pass into SEMA and things like that. So probably a lot of that has to do with we are in 20-degree weather today, whereas in Las Vegas, we are in Las Vegas.
Right.
So,
well, we're standing in front of a pretty sweet piece of machinery. Can you talk about what's behind us right now?
Yeah, so what we have, what we brought out here is a 2015 Lamborghini Huracan with an underground racing stage 3 turbo kit on it.
Nice. Since I've been in this booth, seen a ton of eyeballs. What's the foot traffic been like right here this week?
It's been pretty good. Everyone, it's purple. So it's like a chameleon purple, so it gets a lot of attention. One, it's a Lamborghini. I think it's the only Lamborghini that's here. But you've got a really attractive color on it. We've got a full Vorsteiner body kit on it, the carbon fiber lip, rockers, rear bumper. We actually removed the rear bumper so that way people can see the turbo kit on the back.
Okay. So we were talking about your shop. You started in 2012. Tell me what motivated you to want to open up a shop?
When we were in San Diego, there really wasn't a big market for anyone that really specialized in European cars. Where I worked previously before I started ACG Automotive, we were really the place to go to for European cars. And so when we went our separate ways and I started ACG Automotive in 2012, I was fortunate to have a lot of the customer base and whatnot follow me to the shop.
Mm-hmm. So I know you're looking for some new shop space. Tell me, what's it like to find a new shop in San Diego?
Oh man, it's tough. So the area we're in is like 98% occupied, and so that makes it difficult. When we started the shop, we started off in 2,500 square feet, and then from there we needed more space. So then we took the suite next door, but our landlords never wanted us to knock the walls down. So we had like a 10-foot opening, so you had a lot of dead space between the walls, and then we needed more space, and then we took another suite. And so our growth is really dependent on who was leaving around us. And so by the time that we moved into our current building, we had 6 suites, of which 3 were connected and 3 were in our complex. And so we had our dyno 3 suites down, so you'd have to walk out of your building, go around, unlock it, and so forth. So we moved into a new building a couple years ago, which is 8,500 square feet, freestanding building, and it's been amazing. And now we're ready to look to purchase our own building.
Nice. How many people do you employ right now?
Right now we have 7 employees. Okay.
And I know you have another initiative you're working on at your shop, looking at launching a new website. Can you talk a little bit about that and what you're looking for with that?
With the internet and Amazon and everything that's going on nowadays, having an e-commerce site is vital, I think, to a lot of businesses, and it's going to do a lot of supplemental income for you. So what we're working fact, what I'll be doing today is working with my web developer and talking to Motivicity about how we can integrate the API systems and to be able to have live inventory on our website. People can, when they order, we can have it drop shipped directly from certain distributors that have programs, and then we can just send emails with tracking numbers and so forth. So we get to utilize great partners like Motivicity to help us provide products not only to the shop but also to our customers.
Right. Talk a little bit about your racing endeavors. I know you travel a little bit for that and get to test what you do in the shop.
Yeah, we get, that's partly the fun, it's the fun part, and then that's where it's a lot of work, you know. So this particular Huracan race that never left last year, went 194 in a standing half mile. A couple years ago, we broke the half mile world record in a underground racing X3 Huracan, going 247 in a standing half mile. Since then, obviously, one of our good friends, Giddy, broke that, and now the half mile record, I believe, is 259, owned by Drag 965. So it's just incredible. I remember when we first started, going 200 was a feat. You know, so now if you don't go 200, you shouldn't even show up.
Right.
You know, it's pretty incredible how competitive that market has gotten.
Right. Well, you work within a hyper-specialized market. What's it like to find qualified, talented techs, and how do you keep them aboard?
That's probably the hardest aspect of what we do, you know, to find a technician that we feel confident working around a $200,000-$300,000 car, you know. I've been fortunate for the guys that work at the shop have all been great friends. My head tech was actually one of my really good friends that worked at Audi, and he became R8 certified. He was their team leader, and a couple years ago he came in and was like, you know what, I think I'm done with the dealer. And I was like, you are done? You were hired. I don't care. If you want a job, you can start tomorrow, you can start in a month, you can start whenever you're ready. And it's been amazing to have, you know, good friends on board, you know, in the shop. Our biggest thing at our shop is it's a family environment. You know, it's we all have kids, you know, and so, you know, we all need to support each other. As much as we all work, I want everyone to feel like they have a stake in the business, right? You know, that way they care about what they're doing and they take pride in what we accomplish. So, like, we were fortunate. We do a lot of half-mile events a couple years ago where we were trying to beat the world record. So we went to No Shift Sector in Denver. We went to Wanna Go Fast in Ocala. We went to the Puerto Rico half mile. We went to obviously Coalinga, and then we ended up breaking it finally in Portland. But it's that's the fun part, you know. The hard thing about it is when you go to these races, right? You know, you're working in the shop Monday through Friday. You fly on Friday. You're racing Saturday, Sunday. You come back to shop on Monday, and so, you know, that's a struggle, but that's also, you know, the fun part about it.
Right. You were saying you have a bit of a backlog in the winter months in San Diego. Tell us, why is there a backlog and how do you deal with it?
You know, we're in San Diego, so I don't know, we complain when it gets below 70 because it's too cold. And if it's above 80, we're complaining because it's too hot. Okay, that's just kind of like our weather window. And so a lot of our customers that are in colder climates like Denver, you know, will send us vehicles in the winter because they won't be able to drive it. So they'll send to us for us to do, you know, AMS Alpha 9 package, AMS Alpha 10 package, 12 package, or ETS package. And once we build it, they'll fly to San Diego, you know, stay at a hotel like, you know, Coronado, and drive it around for a couple days, bring it back to the shop, go back to Denver, and then wait for the snow to melt for us to ship the car back.
What are some strategies you utilize to continue to grow your business?
You know, our biggest strategy is just taking pride in what you do, right? You know, if you do a good job, you take care of your customers, and you take pride in your product, everything else, you know, kind of speaks for itself.
Right. Well, James, I really appreciate you taking some time for Me in the Shop magazine here at PRI. I hope you have a good rest of the show.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Thanks.
Alrighty.